Hi Sunshine, welcome to my YouTube channel. On this channel, we talk about everything self-love, self-growth, self-development, just anything to do with the self. And this is my first YouTube video. Took a lot to get here. So let's get right into the video. I used to think self-love meant taking care of myself physically. I used to think when I go on a glow up, it's all about my physical aspect until I actually went on one. So what happened was that I moved from my country to a new country. I'm a Zambian girl. My name is Lisa, by the way. I moved from Zambia into Israel for work purposes, and when I came here I noticed that I lost myself a little bit. I started dressing the way I wouldn't dress if I was my normal self, and that was because the people around me were like the I don't care type. They just wear whatever they want and they don't care, but I'm one who cares about my appearance because when I look good I feel good. So one faithful day I was on my Snapchat because I like taking pictures and videos of myself. So I went on my Snapchat and I saw some memories of when I was back in secondary and when I was in college. So I was looking at my old pictures and I'm like, I used to look like this. I used to look like this when I was in college. My hair was always done, my nails were always done. But then I'm in a country where I'm making money, I'm working now, but I don't look anything like the way I used to look when I was in college. I actually looked worse. So that led me into going on a glow up journey, as I called it, and I was calling it the effortless body glow up because I wanted something effortless. I didn't want something that felt heavy on me, like putting in too much effort. But as I went on that journey, I started realizing, like, okay, why do I really dress like this? Because I found myself dressing like just wearing tights and a t-shirt, some slippers, and I'm off to work. So I started asking myself questions like, okay, why do I really dress up like this? Why do I show up this way? And that led me to my childhood. You understand? I started thinking, okay, how was I dressing when I was a kid? I remembered my mom used to dress me in those closed shoes that were like boyish shoes. Then I remember wanting a very fancy dress, and someone made a comment to say, "Nah, this girl is going to grow up being like a fancy girl." And I felt like being fancy was something that was wrong, like being a girly girl was something that was wrong. And also, I used to hang out with my cousins who were men, who were guys, boys. Who are boys, so like all that fell into one aspect thing, like, oh, okay, so I show up like this because of this. And also I used to hang up with boys. Boys don't really care about their appearance, they don't care about what they look like. So I was like, so I know nothing about self-grooming and everything because it's something I was never taught. I can't even comb my hair and make it look so nice. I was never taught that, and I didn't really put attention into it. So as I started paying attention to it, I started noticing that, oh, okay, now this is something that I can change. I can tie my hair differently. I can put some gel in my hair and look nice. And I actually discovered I'm really good when it comes to doing my own hair, like doing hairstyles and everything. Yeah. So apart from the way I used to dress, I started thinking about my confidence levels as well. I'm like, but then why do I shrink myself? Why do I try to make myself seem so small around people and in groups? All that led me to my childhood. Also, like the times when you speak and people would look at you a certain way, like, oh, she's too talkative, you know. So that started making me curb myself into like a ball. And also there's a time when I was in secondary, I used to love public speaking. I love public speaking, I love debate. That one unfortunate day I was giving my speech and someone in the audience laughed, and everyone laughed at that person and made me miss my lines, and that was the end of my public speaking career. Because like I got confused. I asked the judges, can I please go back? And from there, I just wouldn't participate in anything to do with public speaking because I just felt, I don't know, ashamed. I thought I would make a mistake again, to the point of when it was time for debate. When it was time for debate, before I would volunteer, I want to go and do debate. But after that time, my class teacher would use debate as a punishment on me. If I did something wrong, they'll just tell me, oh, you know what, you're going to be on the panel for debate. And another part, like, there are so many parts in my life that just shrunk my confidence. Even when I wanted to be a prefect, you know, those teachers that you have in secondary school that like to, like, I don't know what I can call it, but they're those just mean teachers. Like, I enter the office where they were doing interviews, and she goes like, even you want to be a prefect? Like, she said some mean stuff and reduced my confidence, and I didn't perform well in that interview. So I started thinking about all those things, and what started as a glow up journey ended up to be a healing journey. I started healing myself. I started thinking about moments where I shrink myself. I started thinking about moments where I tend to just let myself go, and started working on those. And then when I was doing this glow up journey, I knew what I wanted. I wanted to work on my mindset, work on my dress code, like work on my beauty and femininity, that's what I called it, and work on my relationship with God, work on content creation, and just a relationship with myself. Because I've also wanted to be doing content. Content is something that I've wanted to do since 2018. I wanted to start with YouTube first, then I wanted TikTok, but I didn't feel worthy enough to, like, oh, what am I really going to be sharing? What am I going to talk about? So here I am now. I've learned a lot about myself. I've gotten to develop a relationship with myself and choose myself. Even when it comes to content, I wasn't just showing up because I was thinking, who am I to really share my story online? Who am I? How are people going to look at me? And I have never been chosen before. How are these people going to choose me? But I'm like, you know what? I choose myself. Me choosing myself is enough for me. And if this video gets to that one person who needs it, if it can help anyone, I'm glad. I'll be happy. That's all I need. I need that person who is like me, or who is like me, the person that I used to be, to learn something from me. And I'm here to share that knowledge. Yeah, I want to help girls who are like me, girls who shrink themselves, girls who feel like they're not enough, girls who seek validation from others to feel whole, girls who are just like, you know what, if they love me, then I am good. No, sis, you have to love yourself. You loving yourself is you being good. The only love that is important in this world is your self-love. If you love yourself, everyone else loves you. That's the thing. You can't pour from an empty cup, and hence you have to fill your cup first. And also, it came to a certain stage where I even had to think about my relationships, like my relationships with men. I noticed even when it came to relationships, I wasn't just picking the men just because, you know, I don't know how to put my hair. My hair is like disturbing. Sometimes I see my face looking small, and sometimes like I'm big, but I look good otherwise. Yeah, so that whole thing also led me to thinking about my relationships with men, and then I started thinking, okay, how I was is that whoever comes into my life, whichever guy comes into my life, I used to feel like, oh, I really love this person, you understand? I used to feel like, oh, this is my man. Another man will come into my life, and I'll think, this is my man. Like, that led me to just seeking validation from men, which wasn't good for me, and I didn't know it at the time. I even reached a point of searching on Google. It's like, why do I fall in love with every man I meet? Like, why do I feel like there's a potential with every man I meet? I don't know what answer Google gave me back then before all this. And now I'm realizing all that just stemmed from me not knowing myself, all that just stemmed from me not having that inner voice that can speak to me with kindness. Because I also used to speak to myself in a negative way, like everything about my mindset was something negative. It's a thing of, oh, no, I can't do this. And also, another thing that I noticed from my childhood is that I had people in my childhood make promises to me like, oh, I will go and ask for something and they'll tell me, I will do it for you tomorrow. Like, oh, okay. I will go tomorrow, ask for the same thing, they'll tell me tomorrow. And tomorrow became tomorrow, tomorrow became tomorrow. As I grew up, I started promising myself the tomorrows. The tomorrow became tomorrow, and the tomorrow became procrastination to do what I really want to do. Even starting a YouTube channel, so I think I'll start it next week, that next week will be, I'll start it next week. All that led me into procrastination, and now I am taking my power back. I am not shrinking myself. I am not going to say tomorrow. I am saying today, because today is a good day. Nobody knows what tomorrow holds. And that's the saying that should be very important. That's the saying that should hit you very hard, because all you have is today. All you have is today, and do the most in the day that you have. You understand? Like, don't let anybody shrink you in this world. And it's something that I just want to say is that even in spaces where you feel like you are not comfortable, in spaces where you feel like you're being shrunk, get out of those spaces. I understand there's a thing of feeling lonely or feeling like, oh no, then I won't have friends. Oh no, then I won't do this. I won't get to do this, that. Trust me, you'll find the people that are for you. You'll find your village. You'll find the people that will love you the way that you are. And for those people to love you the way that you are, you have to first love yourself. You have to first go inside yourself. Ask yourself the questions that you are scared of asking yourself. Notice your behaviors, notice your patterns. Ask yourself, why do I behave like this? Why is it that I'm showing up in this way? You understand? Those are very important questions to ask yourself, and those are going to lead you to something very beautiful. I won't promise you that this journey is going to be easy, because it is hard. You have times where you're going to cry. You'll have times where you feel like you hurt yourself, but eventually you love yourself and you understand that all those things that you've passed through, all those things that you've gone through, were just there to teach you something. Were just there to lead you to yourself. And yeah, that's that. I thought about my self-growth, my journey to loving myself, all the things that I used to tolerate, and I'm like, you know what, if I didn't go through this thing, I wouldn't have known the things that I know now. And I'm glad for all those situations, and I'm glad for the person that I used to be back then, because look at where it has led me. So that's it for today, and my name is Lisa. Hope you enjoyed this video, and see you in the next one. Bye.